Hello, I'm Eric Singer. You're listening to Argonne's Public Affairs Science and Technology Past Fusion Cell Flash Briefing. Nearly everyone relies on internet and electricity. What happens if there's a blackout on both? How does emergency management get you critical life-saving information? Just released to the rescue, new research on communication tools when modern methods are unavailable. Gloria Rybinski is my guest and the author of the study. She is the Public Information Officer and Records Manager for the Highlands County Florida County Board of County Commissioners.
Thanks, Gloria, for joining us. All right, why did you pick this topic, and talk about how you came up with the research?
I picked this topic up based on the experience that we lived here in Highlands County after Hurricane Irma in 2017. When 98% of our population was without power and internet for over a week. My colleagues and I had plenty of important information to transmit to our citizens, yet we did not have the mediums to effectively communicate with our population. That's what prompted my research.
Now, in your research, you learned that 67% of those you interviewed and surveyed didn't have backup plans for low tech.
That is correct. That was a surprise to me because, honestly, at the beginning, I was thinking that whenever I conducted a survey, my topic for the research was just going to drop because I was going to find out that most of my colleagues were aware. But by conducting the survey, that basically reassured me on my selection because they were not aware of tools to use when power and internet were not available.
Now, do you believe this may have something to do with the people you spoke with being millennials, Gen Xers, or even baby boomers? I mean, did that play a factor in this at all?
I believe that, yes, it did play a factor, but I also believe that since the internet has facilitated communications so much, and we're able to reach so many more people by using the internet, that has put traditional communications tool on a second level.
Well, that springboards me into my next question. What takeaways do you have from this study?
Definitely. The need for public information officers to have a backup plan that includes tools to be utilized when power and internet are not available. We need to have a backup plan in place to be utilized in those instances. Also, one of my takeaways was that the use of traditional communications tool is more complicated than web-based tools. Therefore, we need to be better prepared and more in advance prepared. It's not something that we are going to be able to do like in an instant.
So that comes up with the question, all right, what advice are you going to give to these public information officers and public affairs officers based on your study? You had some concrete examples for them to be able to use.
Yes. My first advice will be to have a very good understanding of the population that they serve. Once they have that, then they can structure their communications plan accordingly. They need to be also very familiar with the territory they cover so that they can identify locations that are appropriate to disseminate information and what type of information will work best in their community. What works in a metro area may not work in a rural area. We also need to make sure that we secure contracts and connections with the providers of those tools prior to any incident. And more importantly, we need to make sure to educate our population on the different way that they may receive information during and after an emergency so that our population that we're trying to reach know where to go seek that information.
You also spoke about billboards, electronic, call trees, and some other advice. Could you elaborate on that?
Yes. So many may not think as billboards to be a tool to use when power and internet are not available. Yet, via my research, I was able to establish that all billboards have the capabilities to communicate remotely and also directly from the base of the billboard, and that they also have the capability to use generator power. So with that knowledge, now we know to go ahead and reach out to our vendors and make those connections so that in the event that we lose power and internet, we have some secure locations that will be able to continue to provide information.
You also talked about call trees. Can you elaborate?
Yes. So call tree has, the research allowed me to find out that there's the traditional call tree, the one where we have several layers of people that have within their reach more people that they will communicate. That's the traditional one, just the old phone call telling the grandma what needs to be communicated. But also within the call tree, what I discovered to be very important and very useful is the electronic call tree. Again, I know you may say, but I thought we were not able to use that. Well, no, there are several software out there and applications that citizens can download that will communicate the message to them using low frequencies, and it will come directly to their cell phone and to their house phone, and it will deliver the message. Many states already have this technology that they are providing to their emergency management office for free.
Anything you'd like to add?
Yes. I wanted to add that since there's not a PIO, PIA, or PAO manual, collaboration amongst us is vital. I hope that my research is able to help others establish a robust list of tactics to be utilized in situations like the one described when power and internet are not available.
Thanks, Gloria. That was Gloria Rybinski, the Public Information Officer and Records Manager for the Highlands County Florida County Board of County Commissioners. Want to read more best practices for your organization? Like the Argonne Past Fusion Cell Facebook page or connect on Twitter and Instagram at Past Fusion Cell. Also, check out the Past Fusion Cell's online toolkit for useful templates and information. Go to pastfusion.gss.anl.gov.